guys, Rick Hogg with War HOGG Tactical. I want to talk about shot placement and stopping power. So really, first of all, when we come out to the range, a lot of times we're using some type of paper target, which is fine. However, to me, a lot of guys get wrapped in, if I look at this target, it's a big kind of center A-zone hit. But when you look at that anatomy physiology-wise, man, getting shots down here really isn't efficient for stopping a threat in a deadly force encounter. So for me, kind of the standard I hold myself to is if I am using this type of IPSC cardboard target, the A-zone perforation here, which you can kind of see in the center, yes, that's the center of that zone. However, I want to ensure that my shots are staying above that. Now you can sit there and go, hey, that's easy on this piece of cardboard because I can see all that and it's easy to put my sights up here and get my shots. However, here's what I like to do and have my students do when I'm out training is I have them bring an old t-shirt, and I specifically say one that can be shot. Now, there's kind of a rhyme and reason how I hang the t-shirt on there. I want to try to get as much realism as I can. So really, I'm just looking to have this t-shirt kind of dangle so that the wind blows or whatever the atmospheric conditions are, I get more movement out of this or as much realism as I can. So the important thing is when you're attaching the t-shirt, the collar is really my key point. I need to make sure I get that straight. So I'm basically coming up to the edge. I'm gonna get a staple. Get a staple in one edge of the collar, kind of let it dangle a little bit. Get the other edge of the collar there, and then I'm just taking the arms, and I'm not going taunt. I'm just kind of bringing the arms out to the side here. Find me one more point to staple, and then I'm gonna come over to the far side. And then find me one more point to staple. So when you look at it, it's kind of laying here. I've actually got a t-shirt on there, which is more realistic to what I'm gonna do. Now, when I bring this target down range, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna shoot two distinct groups. So really, if I were to look at this target from basically neck to the bottom of the shirt, right about there, center mass, I'm gonna make sure I shoot a group there. And then I'm gonna give you a little bit of instruction, tell you where I would aim at, explain it, shoot it, bring the target back, we'll take a look and see where our hits are. Get your eyes and ears while I bring this target down range. So again, I'm here, so I'm gonna go ahead and conduct my War HOGG administrative load. Draw my pistol out, my sights are good, lock my slide to the rear, mag goes in, drives forward, War HOGG check, and I'm good. Again, I drew from position number one, I don't have an extra mag, that's fine. I'm gonna load it up. Here's the thing, I'm gonna do one more thing because I wanna get in that good self-defense mindset. I've got a spare bullet, right? Because in essence, I depleted this of one. I can easily draw my pistol out, reholster it. I can take this extra mag, so if you want to say my Barney Fife bullet, load it up in there. I can get my mag back in. I know it's seated. One more War HOGG check, and we're good to go. So again, remember, what I'm trying to do, I'm going to shoot that first group center mass. We'll shoot about 5 rounds or so. Once we're done there, I'm going to sit there, come back, holster, give you a quick explanation. Eyes and ears. Okay, so if you kind of look at the target there, the shots are center mass, right? So now what I'm gonna do is if you think about this, when it comes to shot placement, the collar is always a constant. Doesn't matter what garment you're wearing, you have a collar. So what I wanna do is aim just slightly below that collar because now I know when my shots go, I'm getting in the vitals where they need to be. So again, this next iteration, I wanna aim slightly below the collar, using that as my reference point, and then let's see where our shots are at. All right, let's go get the target and take a look. All right, guys, so if you take a look, here's kind of my first group. And again, that's about center mass, looking at the clothing. And then here's my second group. So now the beauty is where I've got the cardboard on the back and where I don't have the sides all stapled, I still have some movement, I can very easily take my t-shirt, rise it up above, and now we can take a look at, hey, where's my shot placement? So really, if you look at kind of that first group, hey, in my mind, with that shirt, those center mass shots, man, there's only one way down there at the edge of the Alpha, and then the rest are down there in the Charlie. So if you think about it, on a self-defense aspect, I'm basically putting gut wounds in there. Yeah, he might fold over, but that's not gonna stop the threat. Now, when we use the collar as the reference point, now you can see, hey, again, we talked about there's my A, and again, I want to keep all my shots above. Boom, they're all right there. So I'm getting those shots up there in the vitals, because again, God forbid you're ever in a deadly force encounter, I want my shots efficient, effectively on target, and I want to be able to stop that threat so they're not causing any more harm to either myself or my family members. Go out, put a t-shirt on your targets, train with it, add as much realism as you can, and again, this will enhance your survivability, God forbid you're ever in a gunfight.